There's a new feature on Keepa that is going to change the game for online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, and wholesale. And this is what we are going to discuss about in today's video. If you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release daily videos about selling on Amazon. So if you're new, subscribe and like this video. So, there's pretty much 3 ways. Okay, there used to be 2 ways to be able to figure out how many times a listing would sell every single month, right? Okay, so the first one would be to just look at whatever seller amp is actually telling you right there, okay? And it's, in my opinion, it is not the most accurate way to actually estimate sales. The best way, the most accurate in my experience, was using junglescout.com/estimator, entering, and pretty easy, okay? You just go here, you select the categories, for example, grocery and gourmet food for this specific ASIN, and then you would just enter the sales rank, which is 3. You would click calculate. It's not going to let me do it because you only have 10 a day, I guess. Yeah, I guess I don't know, like, no, I need to log in to be able to get mine today. All right, so yeah, that was the best. That was basically the most accurate way to do it. Okay, so it was number 1 most accurate, and then the second one would be seller amp. Okay, seller amp was right next after this, and so you could pretty much it was not super accurate, but it was good enough, okay, a lot of the time. Now, of course, if you wanted, and we had a question on the Discord server, because yes, we have a Discord server, so if you want to join the discussion on the Discord server, or you have any questions you want to reach out to me, best way to do it is in the Discord server, all right? But, if you wanted to determine, like, let's look at this ASIN, right? So this is like what this is going to tell you, like this estimation is for the whole listing, okay, so for all variations together, all right? And so if you wanted to and if you still want to guess how many times a variation is selling, you need to go to the variation tab, okay? And in the variation tab, you would see what percentage of the reviews a specific variation has, okay? So for example, this specific listing has 395 reviews. The specific variation that I'm looking at, I don't know what size it is, but let's assume that it's size 10, okay, right there. 16 variations, so 16 variation is 4.05% of 395, so we can assume that this listing is selling 4%, like this variation is getting 4% of all the sales of this listing. And it gets a little bit more complicated than that because you need to look at the rating history to see if it is steadily going up, to make sure that, it's not just something that, because something could have a good review count, but the sales could have been a long time in the past, and right now it could be pretty flat. There's no example right there, but I have a few videos going over that, But yeah, that was the main way. Like, this is how you would pretty much determine how to actually, how many times a variation would be selling. All right. Now, there's a new feature on Keepa that will tell you, because right now, like not too long ago, Amazon actually added something, okay, where they actually tell you how many times an ASIN is selling a month, a variation is selling a month. Okay, it's not on every single ASIN, but you would see it, for example, right there. You can see 100,000 plus bought in past month. Okay, so you can get an idea of how many times a product is selling. On some listings, they are showing this to you for variation as well, but it's not the case right there on this listing, right? But there's a new feature, like you see this yellow line, and you see these small cart, okay? It is telling you how many times this variation has been selling in the past month, okay? How much? And I believe that they are getting the data from Amazon directly. So this is always the hierarchy of data. Okay, so Amazon will have the best data, and Keepa would be a close second. Okay, it will never be as accurate as Amazon, but like if you get the data straight from Amazon, it's the best data that you can get. Right below this is going to be Keepa, because they track millions of products. They've been doing it for years and years and years. And then under that would be Jungle Scout, and under that would be Seller Amp. Okay, so pretty much, how do you get this on? How do you get this? Because if you are just right now, like if you are looking at your Keepa, you may notice that you do not see this. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You click here to turn it on, right? So you click right here, you see the sub-ranks thing, you click on it, boom. And then there's this thing, the monthly sold, you just turn it on by clicking here. And here you go, you will have this yellow line. All right, so this will tell you how many times a variation is selling without needing to do all these calculations. It is going to show up next month. I just turned it on a couple of days ago. I do not know when I do not know when this actually became a thing. And shout out to Oscar Martinez, because he made a quick short, and I saw it on Instagram actually, about, you know, understanding not sales cycle, but understanding seasonability on products and how much like a product will actually sell pretty much during the seasonal period, the specific seasonal period where it is actually selling. But I'm not sure that it is actually on all listing, but let's just double check. Okay, let's check on AirPods, like some random listing. Nah, this is not a good listing. Let's check on something that has a really low sales rank, a really high sales rank, I should say. So Nike, let's look at Nike ski mask. All right, and let's look at something that does not tell you how many units were sold in the past. And it looks like no, Amazon's giving us the data for a ton of ACE, and it used to not be the case. It was definitely not the case not too long ago, but a lot of the products, it's actually telling you, it's actually giving you this data for a ton of products, even products that only sell 50 times a month. But let's look at something that is a little bit higher, okay? Because all of these will show for sure the yellow line. But let's look at Nike Pro 365 3/4, let's be specific, legging. Okay, because those, I know that there are some listings for those that are quite high, and Amazon's actually giving us for this one. Let's look at the sales rank. It's giving us this information for this one. Let it load a little bit, and this is for the one, this is 52, so it's still quite low. I want something higher though. 177. Okay, 1 million whatever. Let's see if we actually get this data from Keepa right here. All right, let it load a little bit. Here we go. We do not get it right here, but as you were able to see, because I think it's because the listing is ranking quite high, and I'm not even sure that there's just one variation. But as you were able to see, you can see that on a lot of listings you will actually get that info, and this is the info that you should trust first, okay? Because whatever you're going to see on Keepa is coming straight from Amazon, okay? And Amazon has the best data, okay? So if Keepa is saying something different than SellerAmp, trust Keepa, okay? Then on this one, for example, you can assume that maybe, yes, it is selling 10 units a month because it's selling super high, and I would still double check with Jungle Scout, okay? So remember the hierarchy of the data, that like which data you need to trust first. The first one will always be Amazon, then next second Keepa, then third Jungle Scout, and then SellerAmp, okay? But for slow listing like this, it should be all right, you know? But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hopefully it's been helpful. Turn on that thing so you can actually get that data on Keepa. Okay, it's going to help a lot with your purchase decisions. And hopefully, you know, this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like. Do all that YouTube stuff. Watch this video right there. If you want to, right there, I'm sorry. If you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.